Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, X Stitch and Chill. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. And if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe. If you are subscribed, I sincerely appreciate you being here. I'm glad I can keep you company while you stitch. If you want to let me know what you're stitching, you can always leave a comment below on this video. I love to hear about what people are doing. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Kelsey and this channel is all about cross stitch and the chill things I am doing while I'm cross stitching, because if I'm cross stitching and doing something, I'm not eating and doing something. And this is Tinker, but we affectionately call him T-Bear because we thought he was a girl. Turns out he was a boy. And we did not name him after Tinkerbell. We named him after a book character who actually does turn into like a fairy or an elf or something. But her name is Tinker because she tinkers with things, not because of Tinkerbell. This is my first FlossTube of 2024, so happy new year to everyone. I hope you had a great time celebrating, whether it was family, chosen family, friends, whatever, by yourself. I'm all for that. I hope you had a great time celebrating and are looking forward to the new year. I am not a huge resolution person, so I don't really make New Year's resolutions. I make goals. So a little bit later, we'll get into some more 2024 goals. I think I talked about them in my last FlossTube at the end of 2023, but I'll just kind of like go over them again really fast. After New Year's, I was talking to my daughter while I was brushing her hair, and she was like, and I was like, well, yeah, but that was like 2020 and that wasn't too long ago. And she's like, that was 4 years ago, Mom. I was like, oh my God, it feels like the last 4 years haven't existed. Really, like the 2 years haven't existed in the past 4 years. So yeah, I don't know. Where does the time go? I feel like it's been really weird. But yeah, that kind of gave me a little bit of a holy crap moment. Kind of hurt my soul a little bit. And then I did see a meme and it was like leaving 2019 and it was Sandy and Danny from Greece sitting in their car at the movies. And they're like, ah. And then it was like entering 2024 and it was Uma Thurman and John Travolta in Pulp Fiction. They're like super haggard driving down in their convertible. So that's how I feel sometimes, you know, like it's just been weird. Not that anything like terrible has happened since 2020 or anything. We've been very lucky, but you know, sometimes you just feel like, oh my gosh, life is so different even still. So I don't know. It's fine. It's all fine. We're going to make it through 2024 and it's going to be awesome. This year also marks my 20-year high school graduation reunion. I don't know if we're doing anything, but I'm sure we are, knowing the people that I went to school with. We're probably doing something. I just don't know what it is yet, and we'll see if I end up going. In any case, I feel like 2024 has got off to a great start. I have a couple finishes to share with you guys, if you can believe it. Don't fall out of your chair. And then I do have a new start and a couple whips. Since I finished a couple projects, my whip list has gone down, which feels good. But then it's also like, oh great, now I can start new projects. Yay! But anyway, let's get into the stitching stuff and I can't wait to show you. I also wanted to say before we get into stitching things that I do have a lot to talk about when it comes to the chill things. So if you're interested in like books, TV, movies, things like that, then definitely stay until the end so we can chat about all those things. So like I said, I have two finishes. The first I'm going to show you is, they're not fully finished. Let's just slow our roll here. I can finish things, but fully finishing them is a whole nother story. So the first one is my temperature stitch for 2023. So it's actually finished. I did all of the days and then I put a little, it's kind of wrinkled, so Denver, Colorado, 2023 down there. And I stitched this in like a spiral pattern, so you can kind of see the change of the colors in like that circle. It looks really cool. I like it a lot. So that's the first finish. This pattern is by the Needle and Floss, and this is actually her 2022 temperature stitch pattern. She had a new one for 2023. So yeah, there actually is like some more like border things that go along here. I just decided not to stitch them. I kind of just like keeping it as the colors and the date. So yeah, I'm calling it a finish. Even though it's not fully finished, I do plan on framing it, and then we have like this wall, it's like a gallery wall in our living room, and I'm gonna hang it up in there, and then I'll replace it every year I do a temperature stitch. My next temperature stitch is a galaxy, spiral galaxy temperature stitch, and it is by Climbing Goat Designs. And yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. I always say in a minute, but it's like several minutes from now. The next one is my other finish, what I'm very excited about. So this one it was like a year and 2 days took me to finish. And it was a stitch along. So the first part came out in January of 2023, and then the last part came out in August of 2023. And it took me that many extra months to catch up and finish. I was never super behind. I just had lots of other things to do. So that is Farming Magic Stitch Along. And this pattern is by Flossy Fox Shop. And it just turned out so cute. I can't even, like, somebody was like, I remember when it was just a little cow in the corner. But there's the cow and the pig dragon with the water, what is that called? The well. There we go. There's a little sheep and a goat dragon and the barn and the cat dragon and the house and the fox dragon. And then down here there's the dog and the pumpkins and the little treasure chest and the little fairies and the cat. So yeah, it's super cute. I love how it turned out. There are definitely a lot of mistakes, but it's fine. No one has to know, right? No one has to know. So obviously not FFO'd per me. So this one, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I think for now I'm going to just like put it on some foam board and lace the back, and maybe like hang it on the wall over here somewhere, just so I can see it. And then it might be something that I like switch out every now and then as I get more finishes. I don't have a lot of finishes, so doing all these big projects. So when I finish a little project, it's like, yay. I mean, this isn't little, this is big, but yeah. And I did this on a 16 count. Sorry if I don't give you guys specifics on fabric. I'm really bad about that. And then I watch other people's FlossTube, and I mean, I don't really care what they're stitching it on most of the time. So maybe that's why I don't share with you. Maybe you don't care. I don't know. Let me know. But anyway, this was on a 16 count oatmeal fiddler's cloth. So it was very stiff to begin with, and now that I've been working with it, it's pretty soft. And yeah, I love how it turned out. It's kind of farmy, but not like, it lets the stitching come through. A lot of people did a lot of really cool colors with that one. I saw like a white sparkly fabric. I've seen a yellow fabric I thought was pretty cool. So yeah, there's lots of different options with that. And Flossy Fox Shop just started another one. I think they just released part 3. So, and it's the Dragon Stitch Along, Pixel Dragon Stitch Along. You can find that on our Etsy shop if you're interested in joining that one. It's kind of along the same lines, but more dragons. So in my last FlossTube, I talked about how I was going to do New Year, New Start, and I was going to start the Moe and Shandon 2, I think it is, from Tilton Crafts. It's the pink one. And I decided that I wanted to start that. I absolutely love the colors in this one. And yeah, it's going to be a lot, of work because it is a lot of stitching and it is a lot of confetti. But I have goals. First, let me grab the threads are right here. Let me grab them so I can show you. I cut it out because I didn't want to show you my butt, even though it's great. So these are the colors. So this is one of the set of colors, and there's all these like pinks and corals and rusty colors and like peaches. It's so pretty. This is the other one, which is, you know, more reds. There's a couple dark colors in here, but it's mostly these like pinks, purple, not purple, like peachy colors. But it's so pretty. They're so pretty. It's gonna be gorgeous. And then I put them on the little peach, I think they called it vintage rose or something, floss drops that I got from the needle shop, I believe. I showed them in my last FlossTube. And these are great. I mean, this is 80 colors, and I got it on 2 rings, and I maybe could have put more on each ring, but there's a lot of cat hair in here. But I decided to keep it like that. So I'm excited about that. But now that you've seen the colors, I'll show you the actual stitch, you know. So I am doing this on a 25 count even weave. The 28 count that I'm doing tea room on is just so small. So I wanted to do a little bit bigger of a size, but I can still do tent stitch. So this is the 25 count, and I'm doing it tent stitch. And I've gotten about 700 stitches done on here. So I am doing Royal Rose, but this is what it looks, if I can hold the threads, this is what it looks like so far. Not a huge start, but you can see down here the M of the moe is there. Getting started. So this is the top corner where I like to start, and this back is already like not great. It's like there's one like really thick part right here. It's like a mass in the, I don't know, it all feels pretty thick, but yeah, that was my start on it. And yeah, 25 count tent stitch, and I am really liking it, how it's coming out. I'm excited to do more. So like this M is kind of like the bottom of the first page, so it's not a huge page, but the goal is to do 1,000 stitches every other month on this one. I haven't worked on tea room yet this year because I've been working on this one. I can only handle so many tiny stitches. So yeah, I think I decided, you know, I was going to do 1,000 stitches on tea room every month, but I think I'm going to try to trade every other month. Not that I won't work on this one or tea room in the same month, because I am almost done with 1,000 stitches on here. If I have time, if I feel like it, I will work on other ones, or I'll do more than 1,000 stitches. Just depends on how I feel. I'm not going to be too strict and stingy about that goal, but just so I'm getting some progress on these 2 huge projects. All right, so now we're getting into whips, and like I said, I don't have a ton of whips because I finished some and I have a new start, and I'm only showing you the whips that I've worked on since my last FlossTube video. So this one is the Heart of a Season's Winter, and I have been doing this series all of 2023, and this is the last one. So I did spring, summer, autumn, and now we're doing winter. Caitlin Stitches actually finished all 4 of her seasons. I'll put her Instagram name down here somewhere so that you can go check it out. She posted all 4 of them, but they're just so cute and gorgeous, and winter is actually my favorite one, so I'm really excited to be working on this one because it's so cute and so beautiful. So yeah, this is what it looked like last time. I think I had just done a couple mountains, and I really haven't gotten much further than that. I need to get a move on this one, but here is where we are now. So I got this little house pretty much done except for the door. I did mess up on this mountain, and like going back and looking at the pattern, I was like, what was I doing? Where was my brain during this part? It's just too far out. But if you can kind of see these little white stitches, there's like a bunch of snowflakes all in here. So as long as it's not hindering my snowflakes, I'm not going to fix it. Because who cares? And there is like a white cap on this mountain that I haven't done yet. So that will also determine whether or not I decide to fix it. But yeah, I'm excited to keep working on this one. I am headed up to the mountains again this weekend. Hopefully the last one for a little while. And I'll take this one up along with my Deathly Hallows, I think, so that I can work on those two while I am up there. T-Bear is back. This is like his hangout spot. Like the bed and my office is where he like wants to hang out with you. Don't stand on that. Yeah. Here, I'll take it, and then you can roam, be free. He's my anxious kitty. All right, so the next one is my Deathly Hallows Starry Night stitch, which is charted by Thread Geeks, and the art is by DJ Vigo, and this pattern is no longer available. It's been retired. And I bought 2 other patterns by the same artist from Thread Geeks that are also like Starry Night themed. So yeah, eventually I'll get to those. They're not as intense as this one. They're a little, like there's a lot of black, so I could stitch it on black fabric and it wouldn't be as much stitching as this one. This one's definitely the craziest. But anyway, this is what it looked like last time I showed you guys. And my goal is to finish this year. And so if it was about 37,000 stitches at the beginning of the year, a little over that. And so I calculated that I need to do 3,100 stitches every month in order to finish this by the end of the year, which seems like a tall order, but really I typically do, between 8,000 and 10,000 stitches every month. So it's not that terrible. It's doable. Let's just put it that way, even with goals on other projects and stuff like that. But enough chit-chatting. Here is what it looks like now. If I can scooch towards you a little bit. So my little goose needle minder from Descent Stitch. So yeah, I'm just kind of working in the blues here. The black up top is finished. I still haven't finished the black of Death's cloak down on this page down here. So still working on that, but yeah, doing pretty good. There's still a lot left on this page because it's pretty much all the blues and yellows and everything. There's not a lot of black chunks in this one. So this will be another star. And yeah, it's coming along. I'm excited to keep working on this one. It's fun. It's a fun stitch to work on. I just like it. And it's like enough chunks of color and enough confetti to make it interesting, like it's good. It's a good one. I really like it. I'm doing this one on an 18 count easy guide. If you're interested in that kind of stuff with all of the called for DMCs. And yeah, it is beautiful. So that's all the stitching I have to show. It seems like not a ton than I usually do. Usually like my pile over here is like huge. But yeah, since I got those 2 finishes, it's great. I can move on to some other things. I mean, mostly I'm focusing on Deathly Hallows and my winter stitch right now. I do want to finish my Schitt's Creek landmarks this year also, and it has almost the exact same amount of stitches left as Deathly Hallows did at the beginning of the year. So I do need to do 3,100 stitches every month in order to meet that goal. That one is very color blocked. There's not a lot of confetti. There's no confetti. There's not a lot going on in there. It's just very blocky of colors and everything. So it's kind of an easy one to get a lot of stitches done quickly. I'm kind of working through a mistake on the page I'm working on right now, and it is just a lot of the same brown and dark blue, and it's just kind of wearing on me. I might move the hoop and try to like stitch on something else for a little bit, just like a different area of the landmarks because it's getting to be a little tedious. I'm working on the apothecary, so that's like brown on top, blue on bottom. That's it. But I mean, it'll be cute when it's done, and I'm excited to finish that one. That's, I think, my oldest whip, so it would feel really good to finish it. So as far as haul goes, I don't have a ton. I ordered some black Aida, 18 count black Aida off of Etsy from someone, and I haven't gotten it yet, but I might regret my life decisions. But I got the 18 count black Aida because I am going to do my temperature stitch on that, the Galaxy stitch. I was looking for some other colors, like I was really looking for like a charcoal or like a dark kind of mottled gray, and I couldn't find what I wanted for like a decent price. I found one, and it was like the shipping was almost, since it came from like Bulgaria or something, like the shipping was the same cost as the fabric, and I'm trying not to spend as much this year on things. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to go with black. So we'll see how much I hate myself when I get that and I start on my temperature stitch, which hopefully will be next week. I also got a bullet journal for my stitching this year. I didn't put like tracking for my actual goals in it. I actually got this mostly for the fandom group that I'm a part of, because like once you're in it and you know it, it's not as bad, but the rules and challenges, there's a lot going on, so it can get a little like confuddled as to like what is happening. So I thought maybe like writing it down and making a couple charts and things like that might help me a little bit, because they're all like events in the group, and so I don't have to go through the yearly event, the monthly event, and then the weekly events on Facebook every time I want to stitch something for the challenge. I can just go in my notebook, and they're like all pages right next to each other. And I love bullet journaling anyway. I do have one for just like work and life tasks and stuff, but I just wanted to keep this one separate because it's too much. So future plans. My husband is traveling for work pretty much like this whole month, and he's actually going on a snowboarding trip with a friend as well, but he's gone. So I'm planning on getting a lot of stitching done while he's gone because there's no one here to judge me. So I am, not that he's judging me, it's just it feels like a silent judgment, you know, it's like more of a like in my own head kind of situation. But he won't be here, so I am planning on getting a lot of stitching done, and I want to get a ton of stitches in on Heart of the Seasons Winter because that is supposed to be done by the end of February, and I am nowhere near that goal at the moment. And then I want to finish the 1,000 stitches on Moe and Chandon. That one, I've gotten like 700 some stitches, so I don't have a ton to go, but with all the confetti and the changes to colors and everything, it's hard to get a lot of stitching done at the same time. So 1,000 stitches is a good goal. Once I get that 1,000 stitches, I'll decide if I want to keep working on it a little bit or if I want to switch over to Tea Room and get a little stitches in there. Oh, I just had a thought in my brain that maybe what I should do with those two is that I should do 1,000 stitches and switch. Doesn't matter what month it is, just that I did the 1,000 stitches, and then I'll switch to the other project and do 1,000 stitches. And when that 1,000 stitches is done, I'll switch to the other project and do 1,000 stitches. I'm a freaking genius. Like, this is my mind at work. So maybe that's what I'm gonna do. I just thought of that. I don't know why I just thought of it, but I did. Popped into my brain. Then I want to keep working on Deathly Hallows, getting the 3,100 stitches done this month. I think I'm almost to 1,000. I'm a little under 1,000. I think I'm at like almost 900. So I still have a little ways to go on that. And again, working on Schitt's Creek a little bit will be helpful. And yeah, like I said, I'm going to the mountains again this weekend. So that is a place where time doesn't exist and calories don't matter and you can do whatever you want. The outside world doesn't exist. When you go up there, it feels like you're there and you're in this like little hole and nothing else matters. So yeah, I probably hopefully get a good amount of stitching. My mom's up there and she stitches too, so I will be stitching with my mom. And we do have some family in town, so I'm excited to spend some time with them. So yeah, that will be fun. It's gonna be really cold up there, but not as cold as it's supposed to be in town. I know like the whole country of the United States, if you are somewhere else, you probably, I don't know if you're hearing about it, but we're having a really bad cold snap with a lot of snow, a lot of cold, and like the high on Monday in town in Denver is supposed to be like -2, which is crazy. And this is why I do a temperature stitch, because like 2 days ago it was in the 40s. So we have a lot of crazy weather, but it's just really cold. And up in Breckenridge, it's also going to be really cold, but not quite as cold as down here. So they'll get a little more snow up there than we will down here. It's too cold for snow, which is good because no one's here to shovel my driveway. So there's no expectation of like going outside and doing things because it's too dang cold. And my aunt does want to go like walk around the shops in Breckenridge, and I was like, maybe not. I might go. There is a store I really, really like. There's a couple stores that I really, really like that I would love to go to, but I don't like the cold. So that is all the stitchy things that I had for you guys today. I was really excited about those finishes because they were like a year in the making. So it was something that was like, oh, I've been working on this and it's finally done. I can hang it on a wall. So I was really excited to share those with you guys. But thanks so much for watching, subscribing, liking, commenting, all those things. Get my channel out there. I am so close to being, I am part of the YouTube partner program, but I am really close to that 4,000 watch hours. So if you really like this video and you want to go back and watch some past videos, that would be super cool. I am just so close to that milestone. I'm really, really excited to be able to make some money off of the advertising that they put on my channel, and that you guys have to sit through sometimes. And yeah, so hopefully we can make that happen. So if you want to stay for the chill stuff, we're going to get into that. I have recently become obsessed with audiobooks. I've been really into the audiobooks lately. I've kind of listened to audiobooks a lot, but recently I've like really got into them. Since I started A Court of Thorns and Roses, really liked listening to that one. And then I listened to all the ACOTAR books almost. I just finished A Court of Mist and Fury, A Court of Wings and Ruin. Mist and Fury is the second one. A Court of Wings and Ruin is the third one. And I'm a little sad because that's like the last like actual novel with Reese and Feyre. And it's just like you've been on this like long journey with them, and now you're like, oh, we're done talking with them, but we can still stay in the world. But I don't know. So I am excited to keep going, but I did get A Court of Silver Flames, which is the next one, which I think centers more around Nesta and Cassian, from what I understand. And and it's Nesta's point of view, I think. So I'm excited to read it because I do love Nesta and Cassian. I think people call them Nessian, but I am really excited to listen to that one. It actually came up off of my hold list today, and I was like, I am not ready for this because I do want to, I think it's A Court of Frost and Starlight, something like that. It's like a little novella that kind of like goes between the events that happen at the end of A Court of Wings and Ruin and then starting with A Court of Silver Flames. So it's kind of like a bridge. I do want to read that one first before I go into A Court of Silver Flames. So yeah, I told them to deliver it to me later. I said 14 days. And yeah, I've put too many things on hold at the library right now. I'm like, no, I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready for it. But in my defense, they do say when you put a hold on it, they're like, oh yeah, it's about 12-week wait. And then a week later, not even a week later, I don't think, they're like, hey, your book's ready. I'm like, okay, what happened to that 12-week wait that you were talking about? So yeah. Anyway, I get my audiobooks from the library. It's pretty easy to get them from there, obviously. So I am actually listening right now to The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and it is a book that I had bought on my Kindle and I was reading when I was in Hawaii. And I read part 1 and I was like, yeah, I mean, it's okay. And then I started listening at part 2 and I just am like, I just can't get into it for some reason. And yeah, so if you've read that book and it gets better and more exciting, more, I don't know, it's not that it's not exciting or anything, it just is not grabbing me. So let me know if something crazy happens and I should keep going or if I should just give up. Yeah, it's good. It's just not like really grabbing my attention right now. Because I am listening to so many books, I'm not really watching TV. I like listening to books because I feel like I can do it like while I'm cooking, putting the dishes away. I can do it while I'm folding laundry. It's kind of nice that like to have that. It doesn't feel like it's something you actually have to pay attention to because you're just listening and you just be listening to the TV. So I don't know. I haven't been watching a ton of TV because I've been listening to the books and it's been great. Also, when I'm at the gym with my daughter for cheerleading, it's so noisy in there. So putting on my headphones and hitting the button that makes it noise canceling is a dream. So yeah, I have been listening a bunch, but I haven't been watching a ton of TV, but the TV I have been watching, I have been doing a rewatch of 30 Rock, which is a Tina Fey sitcom, if you've never seen it. And I love Tina Fey. She is one of my favorite people. And I actually got to go see her and Amy Poehler, their stand-up show that they had coming around, like their tour. And it was amazing. I say I kind of am doing a rewatch because I actually started at like season 5. And she's dating Carol, who is played by Matt Damon, and he is a pilot. And so he's not in a ton of the episodes, but their breakup episode is the best episode of all time. It's hilarious. I absolutely loved it. She's like trapped on the plane with him and he's the pilot and he just keeps telling everybody that 30 more minutes, 30 more minutes, we're gonna go in 30 more minutes. And then she ends up like leading a revolt of passengers against the crew and everything. It's really good. And I love that episode. So I think that wasn't the last one I watched. I think I watched one after, but it's really funny. So yeah, kind of a rewatch, but not like fully. The last video I talked about how my husband and I started Rebel Moon, which is on Netflix, and we finished it, and it was good. If you like action, adventure, sci-fi movies, it's definitely worth a watch. It was good, and it's more than one movie if you hate that. So I know a lot of people are like, I just don't want to watch a series. I just want to watch a standalone film or read a standalone book. I'm tired of having like, okay, I got to commit to 5 books. I don't mind it as much. So that was actually part 1. And so part 2, I have no idea when it's coming out. I haven't done any research about it, but it's definitely worth a watch if you are interested in that kind of movies. I've also been trying to finish the new season of The Righteous Gemstones, which is a comedy on Max, formerly known as HBO. And yeah, it's about like a mega church evangelical family, and they're very like not good people. Has Danny McBride and John Goodman and Adam Devine in it, and it's good. I think this is season 3, and I really like the first 2 seasons, but the season 3 kind of has like lost its way a little bit. Even season 2 was a little weird. It just kind of feels like season 1 was great and everybody was like, yeah, and they were like, we did not expect this to happen. So they're like, what are we gonna do to make this interesting? So yeah, I think I'm trying to watch those. My husband doesn't watch that show with me, so it's like one of those things where I gotta watch it when he's not around, because he's not interested in watching it. So yeah, I am gonna try and finish that. It's just like I said, TV is just not grabbing me right now. And like, yeah, nothing like new is coming out. There is a movie coming out today on Netflix that I am very excited about. Or no, it's on Hulu that I'm really excited about. It has Jake Johnson in it, and it's called Self-Reliance. And I think from what I can understand, it's a movie about this guy who's makes a bet or something with some rich person. He's like, yeah, if you can stay alive from these assassins for 30 days, you will get $1 million. And I think what happens is that they can't kill him if he's with people. So like he has to be alone to be killed. So he just like makes it so he's never alone. So it looks really good. I think Anna Kendrick's in it too. So I am going to be watching that probably. I don't know if I'll watch it tonight since I'll be up in the mountains with a bunch of people, but they all go to bed early, so I might, when everybody goes to bed, I might watch it. And yeah, I'm done talking your ear off about audiobooks. I've really been into them. They've been so fun to listen to, and I think maybe because just like A Court of Thorns and Roses is a really great series, I have listened to other audiobooks. But it's nice to be able to stitch and listen to that because, you know, there's not always something I watch on TV, and it's like the whole point of cross stitching is to be off of a screen, and so I don't have to be like looking at my phone and stuff. So yeah, but anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave it a like. And if you want to see more videos like this, then hit that subscribe button. And as I said before, I am very close to that 4,000 watch hours that I need for the YouTube Partner Program. So if you stayed till the end, thank you so much for adding those minutes. And if you want to watch any other videos to help me reach that goal, I would totally appreciate it so much. It would make me feel very validated in my pursuit of YouTube stardom, which is not what is happening here, but it definitely will really help me reach that goal. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.